Personal networking is interaction that broadens your network of people that you have met in person. This is very important networking. Some experts say that nearly 70% of people currently working secured their job due to networking. Networking doesn't have to mean directly talking to someone who is hiring. Every person you know can connect you to more people, helping you find others who are relevant to your career. Every person you meet could bring an opportunity that links you to your next job. Start by thinking of your existing connections. Who do you know that has connections to someone in your career field? Make a list of 5 to 10 people who could help you connect with people and reach out to them. Next, look for handshake opportunities that can grow your network. These are events that allow you to meet and briefly chat with people. They include job fairs, community service and volunteer events, Chamber of Commerce functions, alumni association events from a previous school, and even events like PTA meetings, where members of the community gather. When you go to a networking event or approach a new contact, be prepared. First, be mentally ready to put yourself out there. Be brave in starting a conversation and in talking about yourself. Have goals for your conversations. Do you want to schedule a lunch meeting? Do you want to schedule a phone call? Decide what would be most beneficial and go for it. People who are not self-confident don't have to avoid networking. Remember that you don't have to do all of the talking. Listen and show interest in what other people are talking about. For a lot of people, they will like you and think you're great at conversations if you simply let them talk about themselves and their interests. Memorize some good opening questions that will allow the other person to do a lot of talking. Some are listed later in this video. The first few times may still seem intimidating, but it will get easier as you do it. If you are self-confident and you like talking to new people, focus on keeping the conversation beneficial for everyone. Don't talk about yourself nonstop or spend too much time talking about things not related to the career field or the flow of conversation. Be sure not to dominate the conversation. If more than one other person is trying to participate, be sure everyone is included and gets to add their thoughts. Here are some conversation starters that get the other person talking. Practice these and have them ready to go for your networking events. What brought you here tonight? Tell me about the company you work for or your business. What products or services do you provide? What do you like most about your job? Are you originally from here or did your business bring you here? What separates you from the competition? What has changed over the years in your line of work? Any upcoming trends? Obsolete practices? Once you have the conversation started, you need to keep the conversation going in a way that helps you make a connection with the person you are talking to. Here are some follow-up questions you could try. What advice would you give to someone who was just starting out in this field? Can you help me brainstorm some new ideas? Can you help me weigh the pros and cons? Would you mind connecting with me on LinkedIn? Are there any other events coming up that I should go to? Is there anyone in your network you think I should talk to? Social skills in person are now more important than ever. Within this tech-savvy world, people have less person-to-person interactions, making these interactions critical. Employers are seeking candidates with those face-to-face skills in order to communicate effectively in professional settings. If you aren't comfortable with social situations, you need to practice for the sake of your career and your future. Participate in social opportunities at work. Spend time building trust, humor, and familiarity with your coworkers. Friendship is not the same as a coworker relationship. You can build a relationship even if you don't spend time together outside of work. Discuss shared work experiences, helping each other, and work appropriate chat. To practice talking to new people, accept invitations to social events. Hang out with friends who can introduce you to new acquaintances. Don't be shy, be sure to interact with them. Consider these social events as a happy medium where you are already comfortable with friends, but also networking with new people. Employers have a great need for employees with soft skills. These are skills such as planning and organization, clear communication, using productivity tools, teamwork, critical thinking and decision making, flexibility under pressure, and workplace problem solving. While many applicants may be tech savvy and know the processes of a job, there is a growing demand for people fluent in these basic but critical soft skills. If you want to get ahead, look into taking Penn Foster's Career Readiness Bootcamp, which helps you develop skills like these. You can reach out to your career coach to develop strategies for networking. Your coach can also help with career exploration and discovery, creating your resume and cover letter, exploring job search methods, practicing interview skills, and learning to polish your online professional image. Call or email today.